Yo, what's going on YouTube? Naseef here from Click, and today we are in the 2023 Acura Integra, obviously. Just taking you guys out on a little bit of a POV drive. We are heading out north today to Aurora, and so I figured with me taking the 407 out there on the highways, might not be a bad idea to showcase the, I guess, highway driving of the Integra at this point in time. Now, don't mind the sun. It is quite blinding. Good thing I've got my sunglasses on. We'll maybe drop the sunshade there for the camera so it's a little bit less aggressive. But yeah, today's video is really just to show you guys how the car kind of drives on the highway. We are, I'd probably say, a few minutes out from the 407. And so what we'll do is when we get there, just gonna kind of drive the car as normal. I'll give you guys my, I guess, driving impressions of how the car is on the highway. Obviously, we have a few mods done to the car. Currently, we have the 271 street rear motor mount installed with the Remark exhaust. Obviously, the car is lowered as well on Eibach Pro Kit springs, and we are running 25 millimeter spacers square front and back. And so we are going to see how that all kind of gets put together when you are on the highway. That rear motor mount is fantastic. I'll put the sunshade back up now. Does make the car just feel so much more connected. You feel like it's obviously a little bit less refined, but it's not so bad where you're losing the comfort and the luxury. It's just enough so that you know kind of what's happening with the engine, what's going on with the the acceleration, the braking. Everything feels just that touch a little bit more connected, and so you can't go wrong. But here you guys can see we're cruising at about 90 kilometers an hour. This is kilometers, not miles, obviously. We are in Toronto, or in Canada, and so we do use kilometers here. Don't mind the speed limit sign there. But, we're sort of up at the semi sort of highway cruising speeds. We're not really there just as yet. We'll take the car on the 407, probably get up to about 125, 130 kilometers an hour. And that'll give you guys a good idea of how the car is sort of drives on road. The wind noise, the tire noise. Do be warned, it is pretty loud. I mean, the wind noise is pretty bad. Tire noise is pretty bad. What in the world is going on over here? We got some guy flashing his high beams, some guy stuck on the side here, it looks like. What just went on there? What are you doing? Maybe someone drove off into the snow. You never know with the Toronto drivers here, man. Wouldn't be surprised if we see someone in the ditch or in the field or something en route today, because the driving is just brutal. Anytime any road surface gets remotely slick, or if there's even 1 millimeter of snow on the ground, people lose their minds and don't know how to drive anymore. Best tips for driving in the cold: drive slow, be aware, be alert, look at what's going on. You're not in a rush to get to your destination. If you are, then leave a few minutes earlier. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and you should be in for a relatively safe drive. So we're coming up to the 407, which is over here our equivalent of a toll road. This saves, I don't know, on today's commute, it's probably going to save us about 5-10 minutes at most. But it can save quite a lot of time if you are, traveling out further west, or if you're going towards Hamilton area. 407 is usually pretty clutch, but definitely one of those things where it's you don't need it, but it's nice to have it. So it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, as I always would say. Gorgeous drive out. Weather's looking pretty solid. Clouds are nice. Sky is clear. Well, mostly. Nice and sunny. We are going to get on to the 407 now. And so once we get on, like I said earlier, get the car up probably to about 130. Give you guys a rough idea of how that sounds, how it drives, how it feels. And then that'll pretty much be it for the video today, guys. That's pretty much all I wanted to go through. cruising speed up to about 130 kilometers an hour. We are following a very nice red Civic hatch. And so this is, here's an idea of the, I guess, the wind noise. I noticed coming over this mirror here on the left side, as well as not as much on the right side, but if you're passenger on the right side there, the mirror does kind of produce a lot of wind noise. Engine noise, really not all too bad, especially with the motor mount. We'll drop the sunshade out here just to help a little bit. Hopefully that's helping in the video. But honestly, you know, you can tell and you can feel that it's a little bit more, the term is NVH, so noise, vibration, and hardness. There is a little bit more NVH. So you do sort of hear the engine more. There is extra vibration in the cabin, very slightly. I'd say 10% more than stock at most. And the, you know, harshness, I wouldn't say it's not so harsh. It's more so the noise and vibration. You can definitely feel the wind kind of, it's hard to describe. The wind noise on this car is pretty aggressive, as you can kind of feel the wind, if that makes any sense. But honestly, driving normally, not too bad. We're sitting in a car right now, no music is on, it's just me talking away. And you know, if you had some music on, you'd probably not hear it as bad. I'm sure with us just being me talking and us driving here, you'd probably hear it a little bit more. But if you turn the music on, which most times, you know, you probably crank the music up to about 10-15 on the volume, and you probably wouldn't be hearing too much of the road noise or the wind noise. Definitely need to clean my windshield. All this film and grime and whatnot's on the inside. I need to get a microfiber on there and clean that up. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the highway drive. You know, like I said, this is it's a pretty straightforward video. Just wanted to showcase how the car drives on the highway. So we're doing about 120, 130 right now. I'll change that over to miles an hour quickly on the dash. And so the steady cruising speed about 80 miles an hour. So that's the sort of conversion there. Obviously, being in Canada, I like to keep it at kilometers an hour, just so I'm not speeding too much. Technically, I am speeding, but, you know, there are tolerances to sort of the speed on the highways here. And so we will be calling it sort of quits on the video. So thank you guys so much for watching if you're here. You know, look forward, I guess, to more videos in the future. Got a few things planned with the car, but that's probably going to be coming in the coming weeks. In the future, though, I do plan to get a few other cars on the channel, get some reviews and impressions of other vehicles. I do want to get the TLX back out for a little bit of a highway drive as well, and we'll sort of do a little bit of content on that car and a few others as well. But that's pretty much it, guys. It was nice chatting, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.